Hello everyone, it's May 2017 and this is Diana Rankin bringing you messages, soul messages, and a prediction or two for the month of May. Oh, just hang on. I want to remind you it's always darkest before the dawn, and we are going through some dark times now, but the dawn's going to come, and I think we may see pieces of that this month. We're going to see it's going to look really dark, and then we'll see sunlight come through, and then it's going to look really dark and we'll see sunlight come through. It's going to look really dark and we'll see sunlight coming through, and that's what the month of May is going to bring. Expect the unexpected. That's the phrase I'm giving you this month. Expect the unexpected. Now, all of that said, we're going to have a month where we, at times, want to just tear our hair out. Well, I'm going to say, don't do that. We need our hair. It's probably not it would hurt to tear it out. So, don't tear it out. Just kind of like, okay, that's what life is right now. It's going to feel stressful for many, many people. So it's going to be extremely important that we do the meditation and the prayer work to keep us calm, to keep us in our own light, and to keep us in as much joy as we can stay in. And we're going to have to perhaps mine for that joy. We're going to find our lives go up and down. It's like we're on a roller coaster almost. And we're going to see some major, there are going to be some major political surprises. I don't want to use the word upheavals or even yet changes, but just some surprises. And it's like when we think we won't ever be surprised, we're not going to be surprised anymore, the surprises come. So I want to also say weather patterns, very erratic this month. The east coast of the U.S. seems especially vulnerable. Not sure what that means. I don't know if there's a storm coming in, but that east coast, up and down the whole east coast, seems vulnerable this month. And of course, that area from Oklahoma, what we call in the U.S. Tornado Alley, that area from Oklahoma, Texas, up through Kansas, Missouri, into Indiana, etc. That's an exceptionally vulnerable, especially at the beginning of the month. It should settle down a little bit later in the month, but we're still going to have a lot of storms around the country. And I don't know where, but it seems to me that there's an eruption of a volcano with lava coming out. And I don't think it's a major thing. And I'm looking to see, is this a volcano that erupts, or is there life in the way? And it's almost, I'm not even sure it's a volcano, but it's like, it could be a mudslide. It's just, I'm seeing like lava or mud pouring down the sides of a mountain or a hill. So if you live around a volcano or where you're prone to mudslides, just be aware of that and heed any warnings. If it's like, if, oh my gosh, and the weather service is saying, okay, we need to move. Don't wait, move. Listen to them. It's also going to be a month where, again, it's extremely important to really pay attention to that intuition that we all have, and some ignore, some don't. So I want you to pay special attention to your intuition this month. And I want you also, it's important this month that we dial back the anger. That's not to say we should stop speaking out for what we believe. We want to be able to speak out. If you want to march in protest marches, that's fine. I have nothing against that. I've done that myself. However, do so in love, not anger. And for those, we need to really come to terms with, we don't agree on many, many issues, but instead of clashing and getting angry, let's try to find a dialogue. I think most people in the U.S. and most people worldwide are fairly middle of the road. But right now, the two extremes are being heard. And that's because they're louder. They scream louder. So maybe the middle of the road needs to speak up without screaming, but do so in love. And I will always, always believe love will win out over fear. Always, always, always believe that. So this is a month. Expect the unexpected. It's you were going to have to look for the joy to really find the joy, and laughter. Oh, my friends, there's nothing more important in this world than laughter. Well, love, but laughter can bring that on. And when I say laughter, sometimes we just have to make ourselves laugh. We can't live in turmoil. That's not healthy for any of us. So this is a month to let go of the turmoil. It's a month in where I live in rural Ohio, where it's good to be out digging in the dirt. And I think that's healthy for most people, to go out and do a little digging in the dirt. Now, as those of you who have been with me know that I like to use my spirit guide. This is a book he gave me. It's an oracle book. For those of you who are new to my videos, thank you for coming, and we certainly welcome you. And I love your comments, so please do feel free to comment below. And I don't get to them every day, but I get to them as soon as I can, and they touch me, so thank you. So let's see what Philip says. Now, since every page is left or right, has a saying on it, a wisdom on it, we have to think left or right. So you ready? You've got the idea in the mind? I know what I've thought. I've thought right, and there's where my thumb stopped. And it says, you are a slave to that which controls you. You are a slave to that which controls you. Well, my friend, what controls you is not other people. It's what's in your own heart and your own mind. And yes, those people can take up our time. They can see that we do certain things or don't do certain things. But the bottom line is what your thoughts are. What your life is determined by what you believe it should be. So you are a slave to that which controls you. This is going to be a month to really hear. Use your hearing, but the inner voice, not just the outer voice. And what is that inner voice telling you? Because it's telling you the truth of who you are, the truth of what you are. And so don't be a slave to what others are telling you. Don't be a slave to what the political arena is doing. Don't be a slave. Be free. Be free. Because remember, you are a slave to that which controls you. My friend, I always say we're in control of nothing. We just like to think we are. So if we just change that word control to charge, we are in charge of our own lives. We are in charge of how we act and react to situations in our life. We may not necessarily be able to control a thing, but we are in charge of our lives. We may not be able to change the weather. We're not in control of that necessarily, but we're in charge of how we react to the weather. One person may look out and say, oh, look, it's raining. Oh, no, it's raining again. And the next person will look out and say, oh, look, it's raining. So I don't have to go out and water the flowers today. They're going to water themselves. It's our attitude. It's how we look at life. And I want you to look at life as joyfully as possible. We think that joy just is given to us. That's something we have to work for. And this month, we're going to have all those opportunities to work for joy. I always say if you can find joy in the soap bubbles when you're doing dishes, you know the secret to life. You know the secret to happiness. It's an opportunity this month that in spite of all this that's going on, and there's going to be a lot going on, in spite of all of this, choose happiness, choose joy, choose peace, choose love. We need you to do that for your life, but also for the whole world, because every thought we have, it's like that ripple effect when we drop the pebble into the water and it ripples out. Every thought we have is rippling out into the universe, my friends. Every thought, every deed, every breath we take is rippling out into the universe and creating our universe. And when I look at what's happening around the world, it's heartbreaking. It's very difficult for us to live through it. However, that said, what if? What if this is just the shadow rising in order that we can bring forth the sunshine? And if we put sun on top of shadow, it's a lot harder. If we try to suppress those feelings within us or those feelings within the country or in the world, if we try to just tamp them down, it doesn't work for long, does it? So we have to bring them out into the light. We have to bring them out so we can look at them and change them. We don't change them overnight. We do so breath by breath, day by day, moment by moment, thought by thought. Thank you, my friends, for being with me today. I love each and every one of you. I wish for you just a delightful May. Remember, expect the unexpected. When it's raining, daylight's going to show up immediately almost. When the daylight shows up, the storm clouds are rolled back in. It's going to be like that all month. Change, 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 change. Oh, one other thing. This one is surprising me that's coming up. It's expect miscommunication this month. Now, I believe, I'm not an astrologer, but I believe Mercury was in retrograde last month in April, and I believe it's out of, Mercury's now no longer retrograde, but I'm getting that part of expect the unexpected. Just expect miscommunications. So we have to work a little bit harder, but do keep communicating with one another. Let's keep the dialogue open. Let's talk. Let's talk. We're allowed to differ, but let's do so in a civil and loving manner. I'm so glad we've been together today. Thank you. I love you. And until we meet again, goodbye for now.